last topic, we'll get off here. We've been on too long. Cam Newton.
We had a guest.
The situation with Cam Newton, he's trying to make sure the camera's on him, getting that real close, and saying that they ain't 32 other MF and teams, quarterbacks that's better than him.
He said that. Wow.
And there's not, he don't know why he don't get a chance. What about me? What about my chance? What about me?
We played for 10 years.
Well, I don't understand where he gets all that from, because honestly, he's invited by his brother, which is at William and Mary. His brother did play at Auburn, left, went to another school. Why is he even there? They're letting him come to a pro day. Hugh lets him come to a pro day.
Cam Newton's brother.
Yeah.
But he didn't play there?
He did, but don't. Oh. That's one check, huh?
Yeah.
Cam did, and he won a Heisman there.
Right.
He won their first only national championship. Mm-hmm. Right? Check. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. So he calls Cam to come, hey, why don't you be my big brother? Why don't you come and throw the ball to me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love that idea. I think it's great. Podcast listeners, I'm telling you, I'm looking right at the camera. I think it's a fantastic idea that Cam go.
You don't have no problem with him going down there.
It's really none of my business. One.
Yeah, but you can still have an opinion about it. Everybody says something ain't none of your business, but you can still have an opinion.
I like it, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's good for, brothers bonding, hanging out, and going back to their old alma mater, and that's cool. I dig it. But when the cameras come on and he's talking about me and what I want to do and me, and, I'm better than – if he just could have answered, Cam, good to see you here. What's the deal going on? And you're here. Well, I just come to support my brother, and good to see you also, Mr. Mm-hmm. Reporter. And – hope I can be a good influence, because there's a lot of young men here at Auburn today, and looking to be a good influence to them and maybe help them do something good for their pro career. Because I did play pro football. I even went to a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could offer that. Thanks. But no, that's not what he done. Because he done what he usually does.
He showed out.
The same guy that does the Superman, pulling his jersey and doing the dabbing and stuff, and he's mm-hmm. – it acts like a child in front of everybody. When his brother's time to try to go pro, and Tank Bigsby's time to try to go pro, all these guys want to go, and you're dancing and cussing on camera, and kids look up to him, but he's always been that way.
But tell the people what you think's wrong with him. You actually think he's took too many hits.
He's either concussed or he's drunk all the time, like he's like the old drunk uncle that hangs out the barbecue. Hey, boy, go long out there. Hey, let me throw you this ball. What's your Uncle Joe here? I
wouldn't think he would be drunk.
He's on drugs. Some drugs has messed his mind up. Something's wrong.
I think it's from the hits. Kind of like Antonio Brown, but not as bad.
His is violent. Cam's not violent. He's just insane. But it's not. And there's a difference in being braggadocious, and he is, and that's fine. And you have to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. And from the things he dealt with, from moving to run off from Florida to play JUCO league, and then come to Auburn, and then they paid him money to come and play at Auburn. That's fine. Auburn got a good deal. Mm-hmm. They ripped Cam off. They should have paid him $20 million and not $200,000. Mm-hmm. They owe Cam a bunch of money, so they are let Cam come do whatever he wants to do at Auburn. He won their only national championship.
Yeah.
But, it's the same stuff he'd do at Carolina. He would pay out with a towel in his head.
He did that a lot.
And Steve Smith got on him. He knew he wasn't hardly ever the team captain many years at Carolina.
Kelvin Benjamin didn't even want to play with him.
Yeah, because so it's always been that way.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's the hits or it's just kind of his personality. And now we're noticing it because he's not as great of a player. Mm-hmm. So you notice more of the personality. You can put up with the crazy because he's winning. Mm-hmm. But when he's not winning and he's not playing football, he's just your crazy old Uncle Joe that hangs out at the barbecue. Hey, boy, go long out there. Hey, let me throw you this. Let me show you what I used to do. Mm-hmm. He's just a crazy old uncle that hangs around the barbecue. Now all the kids look at him like, he's kind of weird. I mean, he's no, why don't he have a shot?
Well, he played 13 years.
It's about you. You ain't picked up a football and thrown a professional football in 7 years.
Yeah.
It's done. Belichick give you a shot. You couldn't hit a 5
When
yard.
did he play? 11, 12 years?
Yeah, he couldn't hit a 5-yard crossing route at New England. Did you see him play?
I know he didn't get to play much.
I watched him play.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassing.
Then he come back to Carolina and didn't do well.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Just completely embarrassing.
I don't know if he's been a regular for 3 years.
Yeah, Jeff said Auburn won it in 57. Well, actually, the trophy is in at Ohio State because they won. They beat Washington in 1957. Auburn was on probation in 1957, and they played the Iron Bowl was their last game because that's the next year Barry Bryant come to Alabama. So Auburn claims that victory, but actually they were on probation, so they can't actually be national champions. They don't actually have a trophy for the title for 1957.
They don't have the trophy.
And that's some history.
Well, they got them on their books.
Yeah, it says
I've never understood
in
that.
the book. Alabama has one too. They have 3 or 4.
Alabama had one where they got beat in the national championship game.
Yeah, newspaper crowned them.
Yeah, before.
Yes, they used to do that. But Auburn 57, now they were on probation for paying players, actually. Their last game was against Alabama. They didn't even play in a bowl game. So the year they claimed, I think Ohio State played Washington or something like that, or maybe it was Oregon. But I'm pretty sure Ohio State they won all their games that year. And Auburn did too, but they didn't play any bowl games. They didn't even play a game to be a national champion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was kind of. I mean, that's what. I'll add Alabama to that, which a lot of people
they have 3 or 4 like that.
Didn't like that when I said that time. But
It's true.
They lost the national championship game, but they were national champions
before the game ever started.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I like how
I didn't really agree that they should have been named national champions.
But in '66 they won
and wasn't national champions
and didn't get it. Made them split it with Notre Dame and Michigan or something. Got to split it that.
Yeah, and Alabama. See, I didn't agree with that.
That don't. So some of them I'm like, well, you got them there, but it kind of equals out. Alabama would have been the only triple crown ever in college football. But also in that year in '66, without getting into too much politics, George Wallace stood on the steps and said a lot of stupid words.
Yeah.
And I think that's what cost them the votes for the newspaper because the press was not going to release
not after
a national champion to a guy that was
obviously showing racism.
Yes. Not allowing somebody to come because of color of skin.
Yeah.
Can't do that. And they already done it years before in Ole Miss. They had a big, crowd.
Yeah, and then he turned and did it again. Never did figure out. And I heard interviews with him. Why did he do that?
That's just how they're raised, man. It's just what it was then. It's how it was. But we live in a much
He felt bad about that.
We live in a much
But, it didn't make no difference. He still did it.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel bad about the things they did.
Sure, everybody, we're supposed to. You're a new creature through Christ. He saves us and we have a repentant heart and we move on. But Cam Newton, love the sentiment. Awesome that you're spending time with your brother. Don't make it about you. And you did. I don't like it. I ain't got time for that crap. And I stand on that rock and I'll stand on it. I don't care who fan likes it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's your brother. He invited you.
I didn't really.
And other people that are fans are going to say.
Understand people getting.
They're not going to see it the way I do.
Well, you're not knocking what he did. You're knocking at him what he said.
I think it's a fantastic. His little brother had a great idea to bring his brother to throw to him. That would be fun. Can I bring my brother? And Coach Freeze was like, well, God, that'd be great. Let's do that. That's cool.
So he said there was no way there was 32 quarterbacks better than him.
Yeah, that's insane. There is. Yeah. Obviously there are because you're not playing. Just like Kaepernick. You just don't have it anymore.
If I read one more article about that, he still hopes he can play one day.
He's never playing again. Too much. He wants to be in politics. He don't want to play. He don't want to play football.
No.
He don't want to play football. And maybe Cam does. Hey, look, and Cam, if you want to play, if you're listening, I know he listens to the podcast sometimes. Cam, if you're listening, if you want to get back in the NFL, get it. I love it. Go get it. I love to see young men go get their dreams and come out and in the story he could tell, and I come back. The Camback. I'm ready. I'm his number one guy. Go get it, son. Work out. Go try out for some teams and kill it. Be able to hit a 5-yard crossing route. Be able to read a play off of an NFL playbook and get it and be able to control a team and be a leader and not pout. And
I didn't like the pout.
And here's some more advice. If you're going to get back, Cam, when you get a first down, not fantastic run up the middle, bam, nice spin move. First down, get up and do the Superman rip, first down, or smile and point like first down. But the scoreboard, you're losing 20-0. Don't do that. Don't do the pointing and the jersey ripping. Now, don't do it at all. The best thing to do is just score
fixing to come to us,
and just hand the ref the ball. Be great.
Yeah.
But if you want to dance, I like the dancing. I think it's fun. Hey, if you don't like it, don't let them score. What Jerry Jones said, right?
I don't mind it when they score.
Jerry Johnson at Miami when he was at
Yeah.
So, hey, dance and show off. When you're winning, when you're ahead, you're down 20-0, don't get up. That's just weird, man. Like you're celebrating you. I made a first down, but you're getting stomped. You ain't scored all day. It's the fourth quarter.
And that's what I'm not. That's a trait of a child.
There's something. But see, it's always been that way. It may not be concussions.
Middle school kids ask how many points they scored because they're in middle school.
Yeah.
College kids are probably not going in there and saying, Coach, how many did I have tonight after Vanderbilt beats them 75-71?
Now that I think about it more, I don't think he's concussed. He's always been that way, and there's nothing that can say he's not. He's always been that way. It's just more highlighted with a marker because he's not winning, he's not playing. You just see the antics. Look at what he wears. I mean, that's like stuff like French foreign people wear.
Spend $1 million.
Yeah.
That's what he told.
Yes. No, that's not alleged. That's his words. That's fine. Hey, man, smoke them if you got them. Yeah. But if you got 6 kids by 4 or 5 different ladies, that's him. That's his words too. Everybody knows his baby mama stuff. And he needs to get back to work, and he's trying to make some money to take care of his children, which is what good dads do. But he had a good dad, a really good dad. Took care of him, made sure he went to a good school, and went to church, and took care of him and his brother, and mom too. Cam had a good family. I don't know. It just shouldn't make it about him. And their fans are going to say, he didn't make it about him. What did he say? Well, you can see what he said. I don't like it that he's talking about himself. Celebrate your brother and don't say nothing to the camera. Just say, hey, I ain't got nothing to say. Sorry. Cut y'all short, not being rude. I'm here for my brother and my other Auburn family friends that may need some advice about going pro. I can help you with that. That's not what we want to do. Oh, I ate 32 other mothers better than me.
Hey,